Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Married and Committed Unscripted. This is a platform where we empower married Christian couples who might be on the verge of divorce and are trying to rebuild that connection with their spouses and also rekindle that intimacy in their marriage. So if you have tuned into this video, you're actually on the right channel. If that kind of like speaks to you, that you are a Christian, you just want to have that source, like a different source to get information when it comes to doing marriage according to God's design. And my name is Tunde and I have my beautiful one and only sweetheart, my wife here tonight, and we're going to be rocking tonight. We're going to be talking about how marriage life has been. We're reflecting on the past 20 years.
Welcome, everybody. We are excited for this episode because we are going to unpack and look back what we have been going through in our marriage.
Yeah,
years of
it's
marriage.
been. I know we on the last episode we covered a couple of things, but it felt like it could go on for hours and hours. But like I always say, we always like to keep it short and simple on this platform. We don't always like to go beyond, the 40, 50 minutes mark or even maybe close to an hour. So it's interesting. March the 10th was
Our 20th anniversary.
20 years of marriage, and it is mind-blowing. For me, sweetie, when I reflect on 20 years, it's only certain times that when I think of certain things that we had passed through, it's only until we talk about it, or you kind of have like a sharp memory when you mention things, and I'll be like, did that really happen?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, yeah, that happened. This was where we went, what we passed through.
Exactly.
And I'm so wanting us to reflect on a life as we started, on how we started live on Maxwell Street. Was it Maxwell Street? No, it wasn't Maxwell. Okay.
That is...
No, the one next to Avbob.
That's Margaret Street.
Oh, Margaret Street. Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely. So we're living on... how do I call that? It's a back room, right, Sudi?
Yes.
It's a back room in a, bungalow house, and they have this. It was about 2 back rooms at the back, right?
There were 3. There were 3 back rooms,
yeah.
And they have a bathroom outside.
A bathroom,
that The 3 people that are living, tenants that are living there in
Yes.
those back room, they are using that bathroom.
Yeah, so it was a communal bathroom.
Exactly.
And I remember was there a communal kitchen also, but
No. Oh, there was a communal kitchen, but it was in the main house. But because, everybody cooks there, everybody, So not like, for the fact that you like your space and you just like taking your food to the other place and cook and all that, no.
Yes.
We had our own 2 plates.
Oh, a 2 plates.
Our 2 plates.
Yeah.
We had a 2 plate. We had a cupboard, 2 drawer cupboards with...
and I remember your mom blessed us with some pots. Those pots, those heart pots from South Africa.
Yeah, my mom blessed us with 3 heart pots.
3 heart
pots. The
pots.
medium ones.
Yes.
They want it to be for Sishabo. They want it to be for Papa.
So if you're South African, you're watching, I'm sure you get what we're saying.
Yes.
Maybe I'm going to put like a picture of the heart pot somewhere here on the video. Just to reflect.
Pots. Yeah.
It was mind-blowing. And I know, even though, definitely, we're going to say we're not well-to-do then.
Yeah, we're
but
not
we were not well-to-do, but we had class in a way.
We even have a peace of mind, in that,
Because me reflecting, I know that we wouldn't want to go cook in that kitchen because it's always messed up,
Yeah, you need to
There's a
clean it
whole lot of
first
people,
before
and
you.
we tried it one or two times, and you were like, sweetie, I don't think this will work,
Yeah. Oh my God.
because, just living with people and sharing like spaces, the bathroom, I've never,
Share the
been in
bathroom.
that, in my life. It was the first time,
Welcome to
because
South Africa.
yeah, it was my welcome to South Africa, because life will humble you. You will just settle, just relax, and
Mm.
you got to go with the flow.
Yeah. But okay, there's something I want to mention right now.
Yes.
Yes, we met in a Kodifleting. In South Africa, we say
Cody
Kodifleting. Yeah,
flatting.
not Kodi
Yes.
apartment.
Yeah.
But when the rent was going high, that's when we decided to downgrade and go and rent a room, which we were paying like 600 rand.
600 rands, and that could be equivalent to like
$30.
maybe about 35 dollars.
Yes.
So, are you saying we left? There was an apartment where we're staying
Yes.
on Long Street, B17, right?
No, that was
Or where were you referring
no,
to?
at that time, okay, this is what happened. At that time, we met, remember we met in World Trust, right?
Yes.
That's where we met. And when we decided to move in together, we stayed in, we rented a room in somebody's apartment in B17 Litton Center in Long Street, right? Then when we see that,
Oh, no, it wasn't B17. It was another apartment.
oh,
though.
it was another apartment, yeah, because
B17
later,
was
it's
what we
later,
purchased. Yeah.
that's when we bought
God
that
bless
place,
us with
yeah.
our first apartment. Yeah, but
Okay.
before we
Get
get
to
there,
yes.
so we were there. We were in this room that was it that room that we had to pass through? It was kind of like a room on the balcony.
Yes, then you
The
have
one
to
we-
leave, pass through the living room to go to the balcony.
To the balcony.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes, they are there watching TV. We are like, oh, I want to go to the kitchen. Now you have to pass through them. So we are like, you know what? I don't mind. Let's just go to one room. It's okay.
Right.
Yes.
So are you saying, was that a downgrade in terms of what we were
Yes,
paying from
yes,
there when we
yeah.
went to the
Yes, to
when
the
we were
room.
staying next to the Avbob?
Yes.
Avbob is the mortuary, right?
Yeah, Avbop is a mortuary.
Yeah, we're staying next to the mortuary. It's
But
amazing
don't
how.
make it look like
Yeah.
okay. It's just the house.
Yes.
It's just the house that was built next to, but there was a wall that is dividing. It's not like it was like we were next door to the mortuary.
No, I know, but
yeah, but no, we have to make it clear because people will be like, you were living next to the mortuary, next house. It was a next house, like next building.
yeah, next building, yeah.
But I guess now, with what I see, that place they build as
It's
long building.
it's kind of like a
apartments.
apartment buildings,
Apartments building, yes.
on
and
Margaret
you know that,
Street.
do you remember that we had to put on you lock with a key, right? And then
There's a key stopper.
the stopper. Yeah, we had to put the stopper because
I'm thinking I'm gonna get clips and show all this, so that people
Exactly.
can see what
Yeah.
we do. Because
So-
yeah,
So in our room, this
Yes.
is how our room looked like, right? When you get in, I don't know what square feet I can put, or I don't know.
Oh,
But
yeah.
okay, this is what will fit in that our room. It was the stove, the cabinet that we
Yes.
put the stove
or
on,
the mini cabinet.
mini cabinet
Yeah.
with our stove on, and then we had a mattress right on the floor.
On the floor.
There was no spring box.
Yeah, like a base.
Yeah,
there wasn't a
we
base.
call it a base. Yeah, there was no base. It was mattress right on the floor, and then between the wall and the mattress, there I put a grate. You know the grate, those grates for Coca-Cola.
The crates.
Yeah, the crates. I put 2 of them. I took a wardrobe door that
I think
was,
it's a plank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
some
a
old
wo-
planks or something.
Yeah, wardrobe.
Yeah.
Then I put it on top of the 2 grates to make where we can put our lotions and creams and all that. Then
Yeah.
I cover it with
So
a
we
nice,
we made that a makeshift.
yeah. We make it a nice, like where we can keep our stuff. And then in between those crates, that's where we stack our shoes.
Right.
And then how I wish I can demonstrate.
How are you saying shoes? Did we have lots of shoes?
Yeah,
Because
but-
I remember I only had there's one black shoe that I had. I had this other sandal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe another slip-ons or something.
But should remember, don't let me talk too much.
No, the reason why we saying this is that we're reflecting on how we started
and where we are.
We're not just sharing these stories. We're sharing these stories so that it can inspire you out there who's trying to start a life. You don't necessarily have to start the way we started, but
just letting you know.
It's just for you to have that receptive spirit of knowing that marriage is not all bed of roses, even from the start. Don't wait for you to have had all the checklist on the kind of man that you want.
Yeah.
Because we are a living testimony. This is a testament of God's grace in our life, how we started.
Okay, let's not deviate. I want us to
talk
about...
I just wanted to point that out. So that,
maybe I have 2 pair of shoes and you have 1 and my slippers and all that, right?
Yes.
So as I was trying to explain how our room is, then I took the broom, the stick for the broom, and then I had to mount some pieces from that. This is the corner, right? And then I mount 1 piece of wood there and wood there and put that
on the corner
of the room, across the corner to make it that, like triangle. But that stick, that's where I used to hang our clothes. Right. Because we didn't even have a wardrobe.
Right.
Remember? So this is where we were putting
our
had
that
clothes.
Makeshift.
And you know what? Yeah. I think sometimes when I think about it, I had peace. I was not thinking of, we didn't even have a TV. Yeah, we didn't have a TV.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't have a TV.
I think later we got a small TV.
Yeah, later it's when we moved to Kempton City that we bought the 72.
Oh, yeah, 72 inches, yeah.
So at that time...
No, I thought we had a 54 inches TV from there.
You think? I can't even remember.
I can't remember that side,
but
to be truthful.
But it was where we call home,
And we had peace of mind, right?
Peace of mind. It's only 2 of us. He will wake up in the morning, go to the internet cafe. I'll have somebody that call me to come and do their hair.
Yes.
He'll bring his own money, like how much? Like 50 rand for whatever they give you.
20 rands.
Yeah, at that time, I was braiding people's hair, doing braids and all that. Maybe I'll bring home 120. So when it gets to the point that is like maybe on the 15th, that's when we start keeping the money now to pay that 600 for our rent.
That's right.
To pay our rent. But we had our life we didn't even have a fridge, right? When on your way back, you must buy, what is Sishabo Vele in English?
Sishabo is like...
what you gonna eat with rice?
Yeah, it's like the stew. It's like the protein, Yeah, the
protein.
Sishabo is more the protein,
So we were buying daily because we were living where we can get access to the store. We go there on your way back. Then I make sure, it's time to go home. Okay, I know my husband is coming at so time. I go and cook. Papa, Kashebo, he brings whatever he brings. We were happy. That's what I can say. We were happy. And there was a time that I'm like, you know what? I was craving for cakes, right? The kuku, like I want to bake, but not having a stove,
or like an oven, like
And guess what, guys? I did. I took the pot, the hat, right? That medium one.
The hot pot.
I'm like, no, this hat. If I lower the stove and put this and put butter inside a little bit, the way we do when we bake on the pan, then 4 cakes can fit in there. So that's how I was doing it. I'll mix everything. 4 cakes fit in there, and another 1 4. That's 8. So at least I can make up to 24, and we have our cakes.
That's right.
And on a Saturday, I'm feeling like, I think it's a tradition. That's how I grew up. Like, okay, beetroot must be there, chakalaka, those things. And I'll be
you must eat the South African course, Sunday course we call it.
Sunday course, 7 colors, So that's what I would do with those 3 pots. And my husband has his 3 friends. They'll be looking like, you people, I don't understand that in this small house you can bring out this meal, but it's not about until you get to a big house or where you are comfortable. You can, And I had I had our shower outside. For some reason, we didn't have hot water, right? But
Okay.
because me as a South
Oh yeah, there
African,
was no water
yeah,
right there, right?
me as a South African, I know how to bath Vaskomong in the basin, you know.
Yeah.
Then I had to,
And I
try,
couldn't do
I
that.
tried to teach him how
I
to bath.
couldn't do that.
He was like, no.
They're gonna have this big basin, or I hope Belou is gonna do a great work here. Probably put some of this thing so that we can show.
Yes.
They bring out this stuff and you bath from inside. Like, no, I can't.
You wanted to rinse your body off.
Yeah, because I'm always used to, get, and I'm telling you guys, these are like very humbling moments of my
And
life.
guess what, guys? Imagine after bathing Vaskomong, ne? And then you be like, but sweetie, yeah, I saw you. You wash your face, you go down and all, but you didn't rinse. You didn't throw away this water and bring the new one to. I'm like, he's like, no, come. This water is not that cold. You can. I say, sweetie, no, like no. But you know what? Like, okay, this is how. That means he looked at me like I didn't bath well. Can you guys believe it? So I had to be like, okay, now, okay, I might just go inside that cold water here, but kasama, you understand?
Humbling moments, yeah.
You go, we go do what we have to do outside, to do braids, to go friends and all that. Before I sleep, I still have to do that, like bath, I'm like, no, I'm not going outside. This is night bath. It's not like that you're...
These moments are like we just talking about it, but we seeing where we are now, we don't know how much grateful that we can be to God. Like,
oh my goodness.
Because this is our story. We own this story. There's no one that is going to tell this story better. And that reminds me, you're going to see a little bit or read a little bit more on the book, In Pursuit of Commitment. And you can find it on Amazon. It's going to bless you. You're going to find this story there, and even more lessons from a marriage as designed by God. It's going to bless you greatly. And you're going to find this story and even more, about how he started life.
Yes.
In this book, it's going to be a blessing. I tell you, go get your copy by yours truly. You can just type In Pursuit of Commitment. You're going to see it on Amazon, or just say Babatunde Olanipekun. That is the only book that I've authored while we're still working on more to come. And, humbling moments, humbling experiences. And I remember then, when I start doing the comparison now and checking the journey, the dollar was around
600.
It was around $1 to 6 rand, $1 to 7 rands, around those times.
Because I remember that
if
$100 when you change it, we have like 650, something like that.
Yeah, because there was a point in time I was getting money from home.
Yes.
My parents, they will send money, because someone was trying to just survive, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
So now, fast forward to where we are now. Or before we fast forward, yeah.
Yes.
You wanted to say something.
Before we fast forward, I just want to. I just remember this part where it was your first time going to meet my mom,
Right.
And then, I don't want to go in the details yet. You had to see my mom.
Yes.
And on our way back, that's the part I want to.
Was it the journey from
Klerksdorp,
where we did the hiking?
Yeah, that's the part I want to talk about. That
yes.
We were coming from Klerksdorp, like we went with some money, but you get home, there are things to be done, and we are like, okay.
And not to cut you short. So Klerksdorp is in another province. It's in another state where she is from.
Yes.
So Klerksdorp is in the northwest.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a province.
Yeah.
In South Africa, it's
Kanana.
a city. So there's a township called Kanana.
Yes.
And you can go. I just wanted to clarify because
exactly.
we in the US now, just for our listeners around the world, just to get clarity.
Like with your personal car is 2 hours, but if you go with public transport, roughly around 3 to 4 hours.
Absolutely.
So what happened is that now we didn't have enough transport money.
To come back. Yes.
And we had to come back, And then I was like, you know what? Me being Smangi.
That was my first time of going to meet the mom,
Yes,
to,
yes,
Yeah.
And then what did my mom do? Our parents, they'll keep the blankets,
Oh,
keep
that
stuff,
woman.
keep thing, and they're waiting for that special visitor or special guest. I'm like, I've never even used this blanket.
I felt so special. Everything was just brand new. Everything she was bringing out from the blankets, she prepared a nice hot meal for me.
Yeah.
It was
Remember,
awesome.
I even gave you
the bottle of
peaches.
Peaches. I can never forget
homemade
that.
canned fruit. Yes.
My mother-in-law, she was a blessing of blessed memory.
So the part I want to say is that when we get to the place where we're supposed to get a public transport,
yes,
taxis from Klerksdorp to Joburg, and we didn't have enough money, I was like, you know what? There's no this thing of pride.
There's no two
I don't
things
want.
about it.
I said, bruh, I told my husband, say, hey, sweetie, I'm going to show you. We are going to hike. He was like, hike? What are you saying? Not hiking, American hiking, climbing the mountain. No. This one that
it's a South African way of hiking.
Yeah, of asking for a ride.
Wait. I don't know what they call it here, but
they don't even do it. So
I think maybe not here, maybe countryside and all that. Yeah.
So we went there. We stand there, and you see cars coming. They will stop.
We were on the highway, literally
on
the freeway.
Under the bridge, go Klerksdorp. If you know Klerksdorp, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So that's how we got back to Joburg. But now, on our way, there's a guy that maybe he was going back with empty. I forgot what they call it.
It's
dead mile. They call it dead mile. That because you don't have passengers.
Yeah.
So yes, we are there. He will be picking people until we get to Joburg. So there was no spot for where we can get to sit together.
That's right.
So he had to go at the back seat, and I had to go to the front seat.
To the front.
The front. So being South African,
I know the story now. Yeah.
Being South African,
it's so flashing back now.
Yeah, the driver will be
know what you're about to say. Yeah.
And all that, or the other guy by the side, like now I'm the woman in the middle. There are two guys. We are just talking, having a general talk. But having that husband that doesn't understand that, why am I talking to these guys?
They were speaking in their language. They were speaking Sisotho.
I think they were Zulu and Sisotho together.
At that point in time, I didn't understand this language. I was so furious. I was so mad because I thought, hey, they were going to snatch your woman right now, right under your nose. They're going to take her from you.
What I just heard, well, can you keep quiet?
Yes, I told her right away.
Right from the back. Say, can you keep quiet? Oh, South African men, they went crazy. Who's this one that is even speaking in English? Telling our sister to keep quiet while we are talking. Oh my God. These guys, they went I had to be begging them I'm here, Kenny, leave him alone, he's fine. Now, they are now trying to make him so mad, angry. They keep on talking to me. Now I don't know whether to respond. Now they are getting mad that, are you listening to these foreigners now? This foreigner that is telling you to keep quiet. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
That was a long journey of my life because now South African guys, Zulu guys, they can be crazy.
They can be
mean. They will take him down and go out. They'll be like, we don't care.
Yeah,
and
just find your way.
Knowing that he doesn't even have money, I just had to keep quiet until they gave up.
And plead with those guys and all
plead with them
that.
Until we get to that MTN
we got to Johannesburg Central Business District.
Yes.
And from there now, it was now getting late. Let me continue the story from there. It was getting late and still... Oh, so by the time we got to Joburg CBD, we were supposed to catch a taxi now home to Kempton Park.
Yes.
And it was dark. I think most in South Africa then, by that time, around 6, 7, once it's sunset, that's it.
Yeah,
I think
no
the last
transport.
taxis
8 o'clock
leave.
is gone.
Yeah, and we came a little bit later.
Yes.
So we're like, what do we do now? We got there, the last taxi to Kempton Park is gone.
Mm. And then remember, we were now close to that. I think where the taxi goes to Kempton Park, it was close to Mariston Hotel, right?
Absolutely.
So we were like, okay, let's go and hang out in Mariston until morning because there's a club there. But how do you hang out with bags? You don't even have enough money. Because we had to save so that we can get to Kempton Park. Then I'm like, you know what? I suggested, because I used to hear in a radio that, or City FM, they will tell you that, oh, when you are in the place where you can't get a transport anymore, the
Get to the
best way,
nearest police
police
station.
station, So
Yeah.
I had to call 10 thank God I
10
still
triple
remember,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is our emergency,
The line.
the line. So I called the police. Then they came to meet us at the gas station, Kokarachi, right? I
Yes.
think it was a BP garage. So they're like, okay, so you guys, where do you want us to take you guys to? We're like, no, we live far. We live in Kempton Park, but we just need a place where we
Which
can
is
just,
about 40 minutes away, right?
yeah,
Yeah, about 40 minutes
40,
drive.
30 minutes,
40,
yeah.
30, yeah.
So because of, they can't just take us to where we live, they're like, okay, what the best thing that we can do for you guys, we can take you to the police station with us,
Yes.
but not putting you in cells. You're just going to be at the reception whereby you are just safe
Yeah, you
till
safe.
morning.
Yeah.
So I think around like 9:30, we've been there waiting, seeing people coming in with different cases. Some are beaten up, some have been abused. So we're just there sitting or listening to all this. I remember you had a one phone that we were playing game. 1 minute I'll be taking that phone playing game.
Yes.
Some point in time I'll sleep on your laps, put my head,
Right.
on your laps. When it's your turn, that's how it. Even I remember that police lady was like, "You two love beds, so you are here doing love here."
So that, and the reason we're sharing this story also is that, yeah, we really want to share our journey so that you can see that we just didn't arrive here,
Yes.
and you can also learn that no matter how it is, your situation could be so bleak, like you're unsure. Now I'm
Yeah.
speaking to the ones that who are not married yet.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the ones that are married also can learn from this, that you should not despise your little beginning. So those
Yes.
humbling moments were times where God was building both of our characters, and
Yes.
we were able to support one another.
Exactly.
She wasn't looking at me as someone, okay, they will use this derogatory word in South Africa. She mentioned earlier on, say kwere kwere. That's what they call South Africans, or they'll say amagrigamba. That's another language for that. So she didn't look at me that way. She felt like, no, whatever it is, I'm gonna support this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Because the love was there. It wasn't love at first sight, because we started as friends. We're talking. She had a fallout from our relationship. I was trying to get in some relationship also, but it wasn't working. And I found a friend in her. She found a friend in me. And we're kind of like, just the chemistry was there. We're sharing both of our stories together, and we were so aligned. I was now, you know, introducing my wife to be more to who Jesus Christ was, to what
Exactly.
Christianity was. And that's how the relationship took off to the next level. So when it comes to maybe material things and all that, there wasn't anything like that.
Yep.
Because I was very vulnerable times. I told her, this is my story.
Oh my goodness.
I think for now I can still have my parents send money to me, and that happened for a while.
And I remember, you know what, as you were saying material things and all that, as you were saying that, oh, you didn't have much shoes and all that. I remember my brother used to sew shoes,
Right.
So I used to see him how he sew shoes and all that. Then there was this one shoe that you kept on wearing to go to church. One moment it's trying to open, and I'm like, oh my God, what
It
do
was
I do?
that black one.
Yeah.
It was
So,
like a black Chelsea, kind of like a boot.
yeah.
But it's got some lace.
Yeah. So I remember taking a thread, those ones, like, I don't know, where did I even get that?
I don't know whether you
d-
bought it and all that, but it's all those long pins that you
Yeah.
could use to sew something.
Yeah, I would just sew the
But,
shoe, like
yeah.
there's a way you sew the shoe that you put the thing in to the sole of the feet. You cut a little bit of the sole under,
Yes.
and then you put the pin. Then you take the thread and pull it and
Then
hook
you
it and
pull
pull it
it.
inside, and like that. I
She
would
she
do-
was very good in these things. And I'm like,
So I'll do these shoes, and I'll say your shoes is ready. I'll now, there's a way you tie inside, and where you cut under, there's no thread showing because you cut a little bit, then I'll put polish and shine it with what do they call it,
In
pantyhose
fact, the way she
stocking.
was so good with chores and all these things, I was like,
What
I
is
hope I
this?
didn't marry a shoemaker. Like this girl, like she would
Yeah.
take the clothes, she'll start sewing the stuff. I'm like, just very detailed things in fixing stuff. She was a specialist, and I'll be looking like, I don't know where I got this one from. This one is so handsome. And
Yeah.
up till today, I mean, she's a specialist in fixing things and all that.
Just tell them where the hammer is now. You don't even know where the hammer
Oh
is.
no, yeah,
Ask him where the
I don't even
screwdriver
know.
it is.
Yeah,
He
I
doesn't
try.
even know.
I try. So it's been an amazing journey, and the reason we're reflecting, if you're just watching this, is all about you having that faith in what God is doing through you, in you, and for you.
Exactly.
Because you have to have a spirit that is available for use, so that on days like this in the future, you'll be able to reflect back and really be thankful of where God has brought you out from, to where He has placed you now, and also to be thankful in advance for where He is taking you to. You should always be full of gratitude. The way we are, like I said, I don't even know how much we can express, how grateful we are to God.
Sometimes I will just be in my thoughts and I will look around me. I will look where I am, and I'll be just having this picture that, God, is it really me? Yes, it's been 9 years we are in America, and I still don't believe it. I will have the picture that always come to my mind is when I was in high school. My high school is Valriffs Technical High School in Orkney. So I will see that when we are at the assembly, I know God has planned for all of us. Then I'll be like, but so God knew that this one is going to UK, this one is going to Dubai, or this one they are staying here. And because He knew He had plans for us before we were even formed in our mother's womb.
Yes.
So He knew that at this age, this my daughter will be living in America. And it was never my dream.
It was
It
never
was never,
preconceived, like you had a thought
I
about
did
that.
I didn't even know that I have to have a passport. I'm like, yeah, I got a passport. Like, I don't, but when God's will, we, I can't even,
I get you. You just kind of like, still, excuse me, overwhelmed,
yes,
at the grace, at the blessings, at the direction in which God, is setting one on that path of a journey that only you can explain, because only you have experienced what you're going through because of your background, where you are from, all the challenges that you faced. And it's bringing me to, for us, we're talking about everything, reflecting on 20 years.
Yes.
Now, we had our first son, we had Pelumi, and we're now trying for, another kid and all that. But that didn't happen
according to our own plan.
According to our own plan. It happened only there's a 10-year gap between our first and the second. So if we reflect back to the miscarriages, it was 2 of them within a space of 14 months. That was also a period where the test was so huge, and I was asking questions to be like, God, why me? And it was like, why not you?
Yeah, why not you? Yeah.
Because I was asking questions. I was like, what is going on? Because my wife was pregnant. Okay. even before the pregnancy was, how do you even get pregnant?
Yeah.
We tried everything possible. We, in
IVF.
fact, we went to we did what they call artificial insemination,
Yes.
AI. We went to the best of the best
Gynecologist.
gynecologists and what's the other word that they call them?
OB.
No,
OBY.
all these people in reproduction. Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
the doctors that specializes in these things, um, in Johannesburg,
Yeah.
you know,
Dr. Netsi.
Dr.
May
Netsi,
his soul
may his soul
rest
rest
in
in
peace.
in peace. It was one of the best. In fact, he was the best when it comes to that in South Africa. Then, you know, and we did a couple of times. Had several sessions, and thank God, I was already working for the Supreme Audit Institution of South Africa, the Auditor General. And thank God I had, we were covered. My wife was covered with medical aid, and that kind of helped us so that even out of pocket,
Yeah.
it was not too strenuous, but it was strenuous,
Yeah.
and going through that phase also was crazy because it wasn't even easy to get pregnant.
Yes.
And now eventually she got pregnant and we're excited up until the 7th month.
You know, yeah, as we are talking about it, yeah, to think about it, like, God is great. That's what I can say. God is great. So 7 months, boom. Everything was just history.
Yeah.
Everything was just history, and going to the therapy and all that, because that's what we've been waiting for
Years.
So at that point in time, I was like, sweetheart, you know what? I do understand that you're not going to have only one child. Go out there. Go and have another child, because I'm tired. Like, I don't want you to be, my husband just look at me as if I'm crazy. I'm talking, you know. He
Those
was
were
like,
very challenging
yeah.
times,
I said, go ahead. It's fine. I understand. But because I remember when we met, at that point in time, that didn't come to my mind. That when we met, he said, you know what? I'm going to have one wife, and all my kids are from one wife. What you are saying, oh, I thought like this man is just stressing me out. It's just to have a baby, that's all. I wasn't even thinking of surrogacy or anything. I was just like, just go there. Somebody can get pregnant for you. I will understand whatever that comes with it. But because God is like, I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah. So because God is faithful, and I told myself, and I remember telling her, like, no, if it is God's will that it is just going to be this one baby, so be it. I'm not going to fight it,
Yeah.
and God has been faithful. God has been faithful. So we lost that baby, and very significant moments. I remember when they had brought out the it
The
was not
fetus.
even it's not
It's
even
a
a
baby.
fetus. It's a
It's a
baby
full
already,
grown.
full baby.
Yeah.
And they asked if we wanted to see and all that. We're like, no, we don't want to, have that memory.
Yeah,
And
in
we
our
just,
minds. Mm-hmm.
you know, and yeah, it was one of the most challenging periods in our lives. And I know you might be out there, maybe you might be going through the same thing, or for you, it could even be like, oh, you don't have an issue, you don't have a baby yet in the family, you've been married for years. I want you to still keep believing in God, keep the faith up, and I always say faith is you having full assurance in trusting Him that God can do a new thing.
And I know somebody out there might be like, oh, at least you had one.
Yes.
Me, I don't even have.
Nothing.
Even upon that, the feeling is the same. The feeling is the same. We understand. we understand, hang in there. Our God, Almighty God that we serve, He has never
Yeah.
forsaken any one of us.
Yeah.
As much we are just human beings, yes, we are looking at a clock. God doesn't have a clock.
A
He doesn't.
time. Yeah. And again, I remember, so I think about how many months after that
8 months
was,
later.
yeah, then she got pregnant again. And in 4 months, excuse me, we lost that one too. And, it was even more devastating. It was a whole lot of challenges at that point
Yeah.
in time. It was a very low moment, dark moments in our lives, that,
Oh gosh. Yeah, I remember those
yeah,
time that it happened like during the week, and on a Sunday, I remember when I went back to church, I would see somebody passing with big belly, like you could see that this person might deliver anytime. I couldn't take it, it
yeah,
was hard. I would see women passing with their baby in their strollers. I'm like, God, why? I had to leave church. I had to go home because I couldn't take it. I'll stay in the house. If I want to step out, anytime I see pregnant woman, anytime I see, I'll be like, why did this happen to me? Why is this? You have a lot
yeah.
of questions. But when you surround yourself with people that are
Yes,
Christians,
supportive,
supportive,
Thank God
people
for our leaders then,
at Hope
our
Restoration
pastors,
Ministry. Mm,
um, uh, Pastor Matibula with Sispin, the wife, they were very supportive,
mm,
because they would encourage us, they would pray with us, speak with
with us.
us for us to keep holding on. It wasn't a
Yes.
very easy moment, but thank God
Yeah.
um they prayed with us. I remember there was a time that at that point in time also we're like, oh, so believing God.
Yeah.
We even sowed a seed,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and I remember it's one of the reasons we call our second son Matebula's
Yes.
son. Our second born
Yeah.
is when we see him, we always remember
How the man
how
of
our pastor,
back in
back
South
in South
Africa.
Africa had prayed
Yeah.
fervently
I
with us.
I believe that if we're still in South Africa, if this boy was born in South Africa, this will be Spiwe Christopher
Yes, Junior.
Olanipegun.
Yeah, because it
Because I
was it
remember
was
all
through
the
those
time
prayers.
when all the time when the man of God call out for altar call for the fruit of womb, I will run from
She
the
will
back.
run.
I'll
She'll be
be
the
the
first
first one.
person.
I don't care that he's gonna call it again. I'm
Yeah,
like, even though I received prayer last week, I will be there.
she's always.
You know. So
Yeah,
I'm so grateful, guys. Hang in there. God is watching. God's timing is the best. You
absolutely.
know.
And we went through all those times of our lives, and boom, God says, "Yeah, this is a new phase, and yeah, here comes America."
Yes,
Yeah, the
and you
the
know what?
boy
The thing,
was.
yeah, the boy was born in America, American citizen, and the second one, I was like, it was not. I didn't take any medication
We
in
didn't even
America.
plan.
I didn't
That's
plan
our last
because,
born now, the
yeah,
third
the third
one.
one. I didn't plan anything. I didn't take any medication. I just every time when I think about this, I'm like, so God, you wanted these kids to be born in America, because now they look at us and they be like, I'm an American.
Yeah,
They'll tell us that. I'm like, Dio, where are you from? He said, I'm American. Ola, where are you from? I'm American. And I was laughing like 2 days ago that
yeah.
I look these kids to be like African kids, like I'll treat you like an African. I don't care whether you're an American. We are not supposed to do this. We are not supposed to do that. I don't see American in you. I just see you are my son. You're an African child.
Yeah.
That's it. But they'll tell you that, no, this is America. Anytime they, oh my God, to these children, anytime they see something from Africa, they'll call either one of us and say, is that where you are coming from? Is that where you are coming from? But,
That's
that's,
how the journey, just took a great turn for us. And we're so grateful. We're reflecting back on these 20 years. There's a whole lot more
a lot.
we could talk about, but these were, pivotal moments for us. And we're still gonna share more, some
Yeah.
very vulnerable moments that we'll share,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
so that it can really help, because like I said, this platform, the podcast, AIM, Married and Committed podcast, is to empower married Christian couples in their marriages. You know, you might be going through a whole lot. I want to tell you, we've gone through a whole lot. We've
Yes.
gone through the worst of things in marriage, but because of God's grace, we're still here, happily married. But
Yes.
not without our, normal fights. We are not that perfect couple that
Yes.
you are like, oh, I pray I could be like that. I fight with this woman. You need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
but it's just
fight.
that now I don't point fingers.
Yeah, don't point fingers at me. Yeah, we don't. I
I don't point
I
fingers
don't-
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. But to be honest, he used to be. I don't know how to put it. Like talkative. Like he can't stop. He goes on and on and on. I'll just be quiet. I remember when we newly met, I was the one talking. Then he was quiet. But now he's the one.
Oh, no. Has it switched?
Yeah.
When we met, you were more talking and all
Yeah.
that. Really?
Like we are talking about when we are having arguments.
Oh, when we have
Like now he
arguments and
can't
all
let
that.
it go. Like he still want, like you be like forcing you, like, no, I just want to know this. I don't want to talk. Just
Yeah, it's all
talk.
about open communication.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying
an
not
open
for us
communication, but at
to
that
be
time,
transparent,
I don't want to talk.
you can't say you don't want, because if we don't talk about it and you go to bed about it, be mad and all that. Where does that lead to?
What I'm saying,
You know, it doesn't always end well.
Yeah, it
Because you'll be looking at me now like, hey, I miss my husband,
I don't know where you are going now. What I'm saying is that
Yeah.
at that point in time, we talked about things. I've already apologized. You still want to question and go on about it. That's what I'm talking about. That no, I'm done. Like, I'll just rather keep quiet.
Yeah, for me now, so being a coach, being in this space, I really would want to dig into root causes of things. And also, I just don't want to talk about things, haphazardly and not knowing how did we get here.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, it's always about you saying, sweetie, did you get what I was saying? And I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, no, I was misreading what you said. I didn't see it that way.
That is why at some point I'll just keep quiet, because I'm like, you didn't get me.
Yes.
And if I'm going to repeat it, I can say second time. And if you still don't get me, I like, just leave it, because it's like you are not hearing what I'm saying.
Right.
So at that point in time, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Let's just leave it. What I'm saying is, yeah, you are misunderstanding me. And at that point in time, I don't want to talk about it again. Like, it's okay. Let's just leave it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, so I know we can go on and on and on.
Yes,
but
yes.
Be on the lookout for the next episode. We are still in March. It's still our month of anniversary.
That's
We're
right.
still gonna reflect. So
We will be bringing, probably we will do one more part when it comes to reflecting, just one more episode and we round it up. But even for future episodes, it's just going to be about, the lessons we've learned over the years, 20 years of marriage, and bringing to you so that you can be empowered to live a fulfilling marriage life as designed by God. Because you don't want to be caught up with the things of the world and follow certain doctrines that are not of God. You just want to see yourself aligning yourself according to biblical principles, according to the Word of God, so that you can be in a position where you are enjoying the fruits of this sacred institution called marriage. And yeah, so that's it on this episode. It looks like we kind of like, I'm not sure if we went overboard, in terms of time, but it was good. It's just a good thing to, the reflection and just being grateful for where God has brought us from. So for me, it's gonna be till we come your way next time. My name is Tunde and
I'm Masadori Olanipe.
so we'll see you,
Smangi.
Smangi. So we'll see you next time, and hope you are blessed. Shalom.